Hello everyone! Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Thursday! I hope you have all been having a wonderful Thursday so far. I hope you've been having a wonderful week so far. Welcome, welcome. Hello! Oh my goodness, I hope you guys are prepared today because it is CharAndTell Day. I hope you all have something to share because I sure do. For any of the new viewers, welcome first of all. Second, I hope you're prepared. I have nothing else to say. Hello. Thank you guys for showing up. I would like to start out by saying it is CharAndTell Day once again. It's a play on show and tell, which basically means today is a recap day for me. You know, I sit here the first few minutes before showing up, you know, taking off the starting and ending screen, before I switch over to just chatting, and I have this whole like series of things I want to say to y'all, but it completely disappears as soon as I come on and start talking. I have really bad anxiety, for those who don't know. Really bad in social situations, really bad at public speaking, and I don't really interact with anyone all that much except for my close friends, except for family here and there. So CharAndTell really helps me to take some accountability for things, for goals that I've set for myself, for kind of giving myself some affirmations of small victories that I have achieved over the last day, week, or month. And I invite you guys to do the same because I myself struggle with self-affirmations, with processing and retaining things that I accomplish. And honestly, we need more of that. Consider today a support day. Even though, you know, it's not Mental Health Awareness Month, I think this is just something that should happen all the time, honestly. I am an advocate for it. So, with that in mind, the first thing I want to bring up is, of course, the fact that we have survived VTuber debuting! Yay! I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself because I'm gonna be real with you guys. I didn't think that I would last the entire week doing really long streams. We had up to 6-hour streams almost every day, and I thought I would burn out. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would burn me out. I thought I would not be getting enough rest and that I wouldn't be prepared for the next day to come. But surprisingly, and I think this has to do with just the novelty of what's happening, surprisingly, I am doing great. I'm sleeping really well. I am awake when I'm awake. You know what I mean? I'm feeling happy all week. I have a boost of serotonin in my system and it's not stopping. And I know part of that is, once again, the novelty of everything that's happening. I mean, having my VTuber on screen. Number two, could be the laziness of it all because I don't have to glam up for camera. And then of course, like, pretty sure my anxiety plays a part in this as well because I mean, I don't want to say I'm in fight or flight mode, but I'm definitely buzzing, right? I'm definitely like, I want to make sure everything is on point. I want to make sure y'all are having a good time, that I'm having a good time. I don't want to disappoint anyone. But again, as self-deprecating I may be, I have so many things that I should be proud of this week. So apart from surviving VTuber Week, we were also able to surpass one of our New Year's resolutions. And let me bring that up because I need you guys to know. So let me see, where are the images here? Hi Max, welcome to the stream. Feel free to share any small victories you've had today. It is CharAndTell, where we're showing and telling whatever we've done over the past week or so, what have you. Okay, so these were my New Year's resolutions. And you can see number one. Number one on the list was stream more than 46 times. Many of you will know that on my debut day, I named that stream number 46. Because once again, the planets aligned for us that day, and we smashed it. My goal to stream 46 times was set because last year, when we were just kind of doing this part-time, we maxed out, we capped out at 46 streams. That was the entirety of last year. So we finally officially surpassed it on Tuesday. But yeah, we hit 46 streams on Monday. So I'm really proud of that. We can finally tick off one of our goals for this year. Next goal was reaching Twitch affiliate, which we are actually so close to getting. Like, you guys, I didn't even realize how close we were. I tend not to look at the statistics all that much because it makes me nervous. It makes me really nervous because, again, I have anxiety, and thinking about getting affiliate and then doing all these other things for it, and then maybe reaching partner one day, it's nerve-wracking, so I don't really like thinking about it. But we are at 40 followers currently out of the necessary 50 for affiliate. We are also this week hitting the 3+ concurrent viewership necessary for Twitch affiliate. All the other requirements I can hit regularly on a day-to-day basis, but those two are the really big ones, and I'm so happy about it. Like, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I mean, obviously we have to be consistent with it. We have to keep it up, but we're right there. We're at the threshold, you know? But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. In addition to that, since we're bringing up statistics, we have almost hit 200 followers, I think, on Twitter, which is insane. Like, we don't have a huge follower count on any of our socials, and yet we're so close to hitting affiliate. It's just crazy to me. Like, we play old games. I'm not gonna lie, we play a lot of old games on this channel because a lot of it is just me reliving my childhood and doing things that I didn't get to do before. So playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for the first time when it, you know, I missed the entire hype all around it, but I'm having so much fun around it. And yeah, it's just, how are we so close to all of this? It's crazy. Also, did you guys know that you can clip things on YouTube? Because I did not know. Like, I know we can clip things on Twitch here, and that we can make shorts over on YouTube, but we can clip on YouTube. And somebody clipped some of my old videos of Paranormasites, and they have almost 500 views on my channel, and it's like, excuse me, when did this happen? I didn't get any notifications for this, but I saw it, and I was so impressed. How is therapy so low? First of all, how is therapy so low? first of all, it is number 2 on my quality of life IRL goal, okay? Second of all, I'm kinda using CharAndTell as kind of self-therapy, not gonna lie. Like, I don't know what to talk about, I don't think. It's so... I don't know what it is. I feel not compelled to get a therapist at the moment. And I feel like this community is enough space for me to talk openly that I don't really need it. If that makes sense. Again, I'm kind of using CharAndTell Day as a self-affirmation day, and that's definitely one of the things that I struggled with in therapy. Like, I can go to therapy for however much longer than, you know, because I've been before, but if I'm not putting in the work for it, then it's like nothing's gonna change. Accountability Thursdays, yeah. That's what we used to call it, but now it's CharAndTell Day because it fits better with our gal here, with me. It's also very daunting to find a new one because my last therapist, I was with her for, I don't know, over 5 years. So it is definitely a daunting task to have to try out a brand new person and test out therapists. Like, that is definitely something I'm not looking forward to. Anyway, back on the topic of like self-affirmations and achievables that we've come across this past week. In addition to surviving VTuber debut week, I feel like streamers don't get enough recognition for the behind the scenes stuff that they put into streams. Like, I'm gonna say this right now, I am not tech savvy. The stuff that I had to figure out for OBS, it's crazy. All the filters. First of all, I had to figure out how to install things. If it doesn't have a .exe application, I am just out of the loop. It took me all of last weekend to figure out how to properly install some of these filters. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I figured it out because I'm so happy with how my scenes turned out. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen my new BRB screen. Let me show you guys. Let me take off this intermission because I don't want people to think we're on break. So, of course I have my DVD logo thing going, but the spotlight, the PNG silhouette of my VTuber, all of that is brand new, and I freaking love it. Yeah, and I have a new song. It took me so long to find a new BRB song. I was sitting here in the dark at like 3 a.m. going through music. Are you able to make it infinitely loop cleanly like you with... Wait, what? Cleanly like with a YouTube looper? What do you mean? What do you mean? Infinitely loop? Are you talking about the song? Oh, thank you! Yeah, that was the next thing I was gonna get to. In addition to like the filters that I had to learn how to use, I have brand new scenes, I have brand new background song for BRB. All of these are free, by the way. I have them linked down in my About page if you guys want to check out any of those artists who've done this work, because honestly, owe it all to them. The song? Oh! What do you mean? Wait, so I think I know what you mean. So I do have it on loop, and I use a media player for it because I have the song, right? But sometimes I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I forget to put the loop on. But it is on repeat, if that's what you mean. Anyway. Anyway, I think that's all I had to say. I think that's all I had to say. Was it? I do have my handy dandy notebook and I wrote down a bunch of like talking points, but it's so funny because I always think this is gonna take me like a whole hour to talk about, but we're like almost 30 minutes into stream and I'm already done. Oh, I can say like another thing I'm proud of is the fact that we were able to finish editing the latest video on time, having it go live on time, which is our Steel Samurai playthrough part 2. Steel Samurai playthrough? No, our Phoenix Wright playthrough of the Steel Samurai case part 2. And that went up on debut day. I also created a reveal trailer that day, that came out that day. And then this week too, I've also been making thumbnails for Twitter and Blue Sky to post for when I go live. I've been working my ass off. I have so many things to be proud of, and yet like I don't retain any of this. Like I have problems processing and retaining information, especially when it comes to me and, you know, things I've done, because I never really had a point to, right? I never really had a time to gush about anything I've done, so I'm really bad at like socializing too. I'm really bad at small talk, so yeah, this is a brand new thing for me, and yeah, I've actually done so much. It's crazy. Like actively and passively. I'm proud of myself. But yeah, let me know, you guys, if you have any small victories you're proud of, because I would love to know. I would love to celebrate with you guys, and it doesn't have to be something big. It could, of course, just be something like fixing your sleep schedule, because heaven knows I took a whole week doing nothing but trying to sleep on time. Good accomplishment so far, thanks! Oh my god, there's also one more! There's one more I could say! For the first time this week, we actually managed to stick with our schedule. Like, okay, I usually put out like gaming streaming schedules on Sundays for what we're going to be doing for the week, and most of the time it's Phoenix Wright stuff, but I'll usually take a lot longer on a case or an investigation day, and it'll have to fall over to the next day and things like that. So game days will have to be pushed further and further along. But this time we are on point, man. We finished Detective Grimoire. We finished Sexy Brutale. We're going to finish Tangle Tower today and finally get to the 3rd demo. And then we even decided to tack on more demos. So we're rolling in this. We're on point. We're doing so well with the games. We're just knocking them out. I have never finished these many games in 1 week, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, if you guys weren't here to help me too, I don't think I would have been done with it. So yeah, thank you to you guys. Okay, speaking of which, I'm gonna go ahead and get this game started. We are really close to finishing Tangle Tower, I believe. So let's start that game up. Let me also turn on my filters. I could do that when the game's up. I'm gonna switch us over. Bam. Let's see. What did we turn on? We put that on and we put strokes on. We're immersed in this channel. We're immersed around these parts. Okay, nothing. Wait, something's wrong. Wait, something's absolutely wrong. It's on the wrong screen. Let me try that again. Wait, what? Wait. What is the keybind to like switch things over? It's like Control Shift arrow key, right? Control. No, it's Windows key Shift. There we go. I'm so smart. I really shouldn't be saying I'm not tech savvy anymore because who else knows the keybinds for that? Who? Okay, let me go ahead and turn music off so that I can make sure you guys are hearing the game audio. Okay, I am not seeing it being captured. Let's see. Oh, another thing I can say I'm proud of is that all of this troubleshooting, I've been really good at handling it so far. I've been able to fix it really quick on stream, surprisingly. Okay, I see sound on my OBS. And as far as I can recall, we didn't have to mess with any of the audio settings. So we are now just gonna jump into the game without further ado. All right, now I know we had a couple of things that we could do. We could go over here to recap everything, which honestly sounds like a really good idea to me for anyone just tuning in. So, you know, so y'all can be filled in on the loop. Suspect statements. Hopefully this doesn't end game for us.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
To see if I remember everything.
In the garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. Just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door.
He wasn't suspicious of
until
it.
the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
He's
I
so
wanted
suspicious.
to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Okay, well, that was actually a really great recap. I am trying to think, like, didn't Felix say he came across 2 sets of footprints and that's the reason why he came out of the room? Who was the second set? Because once Poppy and Fifi came out of the room, he was already in the opposite room. What's going on with that? Alright, let's go ahead and head to Poppy's room. Game sound can come up a bit. I think it's... Wait, is it maxed out here?
Who plays the violin?
So I'm guessing nobody.
Is it maxed out on here? It is maxed out on here. I can turn it up on my side. Hold on. Okay, how's that? Hey, you! I need you to play a song.
Yeah, it's mine.
Play a tune for us.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Now, did the crab thing like that? Yes! A wooden toy of some kind. A layer of dark ink lays beneath a sheet of glass. Now, I wonder if we bring that back to the fountain where we found it. Because I don't know where to take it, really. That didn't do anything!
Spooky. What do you think it's for? Is it working?
No.
We still
I'm
have...
still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Yeah, we still have Boggy to address here. What? Why is the crab here? It doesn't seem like this puzzle can be solved yet. Oh. Yeah, well, we don't have anything. Actually, it looks like we need more music.
Let's come back later.
Well, we have cassette tapes. Can we use that? How do we use that? Wait. I can do this. No, that's not what I want. Wait, how do we listen to the tapes again? Do we have to go to the tower? Okay, let's try this.
It's piano music.
Oh, that didn't do anything actually. There are 4 symbols on the fountain. You have 1, a piano, and 3 more. Oh, okay.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Oh, okay, we got 1. So the cassette tapes did help. one specifically. Okay. I don't remember any music anywhere else though, so let's... Oops, I went to the wrong place. So yeah, let's go look at those clues.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Bell? And birds?
Let's come back later.
Bell and birds? Bell? Well, birds are over here. Bell?
And especially...
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
How do we make them sing?
Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
Maybe these birds.
They're bird cages.
They're tweeting.
But the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
The last 2 are outside the building? Outside the building? Well, that just leaves out here. We haven't gone to the front in a little bit. Oh, there's a bell!
Little bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds?
Okay, okay. So now we just need one more. Which, where would there be birds? Hey! Tell me where the birds are, creeper! I don't see any birds in here.
That's a handsome... Looks like
Is that fruit?
too shiny.
Safety.
I'm gonna say no. Hanging baskets.
Two
Only...
inches
I'm gonna say
makes
there's
all.
nothing in the greenhouse.
It's a big stone dais.
Biggest one I've First one too.
You ever see
Not in real life.
I don't see birds here either. Wait. The birds in the distance count?
Nothing there.
Well, that's not true. There's birds in the distance. There's still... Oh, there's birds in the bird bath. I completely forgot about the do-do-do-do-do-do song.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Go!
Let's try this again.
Don't mind if I
You know,
do.
I think we might be able to solve this now.
Okay. What are our ditto shapes? That. This.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Is it draining? Oh, the mouth opened. I thought for sure the fountain was gonna drain.
Where do you think it goes?
This works too, though.
Down.
Go down. Secrets. Tangle Tower. Underneath. Oh, the beetles.
What's in there?
That's the golden beetle.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
Now, there's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles.
Poor
That's
Liz.
mostly numbers.
Okay, well, they won't talk about the numbers. So.
And drawn entomology charts. It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
Thirsty?
A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms.
Cracks again.
Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms. Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study.
Forensic Entomology.
That's an incredibly...
It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your
Secret
perspective.
Rooms.
Let's not go down just yet.
Agree.
We still haven't explored this room properly.
Is that a lab coat?
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small.
Bugs.
Looks like they're made of metal. Rows of plants, growing in wide wooden boxes.
What color is the soil?
It looks black, but it's too dark to tell.
This place would never pass a fire safety inspection.
Okay, let's look at this giant lock.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it?
Closer.
Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Diagonally slide the latches until they're in the correct position. Diagonal. Diagonal. Oh, fun! Wait. What does that mean? Oh, they can cross over. That's cool. This way. What do they all look like? Okay, well this one has to be here. I think. We could connect the pink. I don't think orange goes to any place. Although it could connect there. I don't think pink top pink goes anywhere. Maybe that blue is wrong. Unless it goes around. Does the gap matter? Does that still connect? Because if it doesn't, then... Well, I don't think it would work anyway. Yeah, I don't think any of the other ones connect here. So it has to be blue. if it is this blue, it has to be this pink, because it's the only one that crosses over. And this is the same. I don't think we want open lines here. Let's go with that. That looks pretty good. Need a hint? No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet! No, okay, yeah, it has to be no gaps. Has to be. Has to be. Right? I mean, but then that has a gap. So I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit. Oh. Oh, pink goes over blue though. Because this covers the gap. Unless it goes... Oh wait, it could go up. But can it go... Oh, it can. If I don't put it all the way up, then that can connect, and this can connect. I think that connects. I still have this one too. Oh, but then this blue has nowhere to go. Wait, I still have the pink. Of course, the pink.
That's the one.
I did it!
Hey, not bad.
Yeah, I needed the warm-up for the rest of the puzzles to come, for sure.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Oh. Secret research. A folder containing research notes and diagrams. 1. Our unique flora and fauna is the byproduct of a number of as-yet unidentified chemicals. 2. These chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake. This causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. 3. Smaller creatures such as arachnids, insects, mollusks, amphibians, and crustaceans are the most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the food chain and cause mutations in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected. Is Flora's bird... Has it mutated? Also, we know that the golden beetle research can fit in here. Before you move on, the papers on the table hold an achievement. Okay.
Whose research is this?
Can't talk to you. Gotta look at these
What
papers.
a mess.
Any idea what this is all about?
Wow, blank sheets. Oh. Oh, wait. We can move it. My bad.
Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind of look like one.
What are those symbols?
They're alchemic symbols, mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff.
Huh.
I didn't mean to drown her out there, but it it worked out.
Reminds me of the chart from the library.
The one from the
It does.
chalkboard.
Yeah. This looks like it was drawn in a hurry.
Didn't we see those same symbols in the greenhouse?
Did. Huh. She accumulated all of them, but why? Okay, let's see. We're gonna talk to her before we move on. Because we're a good partner. Secret laboratory.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
Don't worry, I got this. Where is the... Here it is.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who's he hiding it from?
He's just
From
paranoid,
Freya.
especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Pointer has been planning to kill, was hiding from, has been trying to breed, wasn't aware of, locked up something. Blank in the rooftop garden, in the greenhouse, in Flora's tower, in the underground laboratory, in the astronomy tower. Well, we are in the underground laboratory, but the question is, why is there so much research on this beetle, and why is it hidden? Well, this makes the most sense, right? Pointer locked up the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Pointer locked up the golden beetle in the underground laboratory. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Locked up. I mean, we could say the ink dip bird, because I was just talking about that tangent of maybe the mutation reached the bird. So it's aware of. Let's try the ink dip. But we have no signs of birds in this lab.
Pointer locked up the ink dip bird in the underground laboratory. Nope.
Oh, we were closer with the golden beetle. Okay. The golden beetle must be quite valuable, but there's one specimen. There's one specimen. There's one specimen? Oh! There's one, so he's been trying to breed the beetles.
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares
Could
about
be both.
entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
She
I
definitely
think we're
knew.
still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
Let's go. Lowest level. I would venture to say maybe Freya was working as his assistant, but according to that sound crab thing that we got, the soul sound. What was it? It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like she was trying to break in.
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
A children's book of all the misted. Soul Bearer, that's what the crab's called. Children's book. Mistids of the Sea and Sky. A children's picture book. It looks very old. The Ink Dip. An elegant bird with red and white plumage. The Silver Snake. An aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue. The Soul Bearer. A crab with 3 differently sized claws. The Amphibi. Amphibi? The Amphibi. A frog-like creature walking on 2 legs. No, book, you've got it all wrong. That's Boggy.
It's an empty bookcase.
Something tells me it's been empty for a long time. We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Dang, who would stab a photograph? We just want to look at it, right? Am I right? Look at this photo. Okay, no, but there's a rope here. That's where the reel goes, yes?
By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
Metal rod. A sleek but sturdy metal rod. It's been stabbed into a photograph. The rod has a curved and pointed tip, like an arrow, or the hand of a clock. It has a small loop at the back with a short length of red rope connected to it. The metal is perfectly clean and polished.
So what's the photo?
Wait a second. This is what she was stabbed with. It has to be. Damaged photo. It's been framed, but is slightly damp. The photograph shows a young girl. A large man is sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed into the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest. Is that supposed to be Felix and Freya? What is that?
Do you know who it is in the photo? This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
From one of our clues? Are you referring to the painted model? Wait. But why would it be Felix? This doesn't look like him.
Felix made a little model of him? For Flora?
Yeah, makes sense when you know who he is.
Well, he's Lord Fellow, isn't he? Are you guys trying to say he's Lord Remington? He's Lord Fellow.
Lord Fellow.
Really?
Wait, no, hang on.
Felix made a little model of him? For Flora?
Yeah, makes sense when you know who he is.
Oh my god, they're really trying to say he's Lord Remington. Wait, of course he's Lord Remington. He's married to Flora. Oh my god, we're so dumb.
Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father. Meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
What?
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Excuse me? Yeah! What do you mean?
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks, and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
So, that statue that Felix made is of her father, not of Felix. Is that what they're saying? Oh, wait! Of course. Oh, I just exited the whole thing. Of course, because this is Felix! Oh my god, it's all coming together! And of course that little girl is Flora. She's got long hair. Okay, I understand now. My
Old
smooth brain is
cardboard
activating
boxes.
way too early here.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty.
It is wet down here.
Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right, but if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with one candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so
They've
much
got that
older than the rest of
bioluminescent
Tangle Tower?
plankton in them.
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
Were
It
they
is
looking for
now,
the
yeah.
secret Here?
Maybe we're too late.
You do see the statues of it everywhere.
It's an old coat rack.
2 cloaks.
Old cardboard
How
box.
exciting.
No, but they're also damp and empty.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Unroll it! Secret rooms.
Study. Wait,
Blueprints.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
how did we miss it? Music room.
The library.
Storage.
It's Freya's room.
The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context.
Sure.
A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think.
Oops.
Music room. It's the aviary.
A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. Study. Wait,
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never.
how did we miss it?
Because it's blank on our map.
The Grand Hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube.
That's the room we're in now. It must be. It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made.
And that's the lake, right? I think that horizontal line might be the water level.
It used to be a lot lower down than it is now.
It's growing.
And that's the lake,
It
right?
used to be a lot lower.
Okay, well, do we want to go look for that study?
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Building plans. Misted Mansion. North side cross section. So now we have an official name for it. Before it was called Tangle Tower. A roll of parchment on which the plans for a grand mansion have been drawn. A horizontal line marks where the lake was before, and a second marks where it is now. The mansion has been built on top of a large structure above the lake, supported by pillars. Freya's room is listed as storage. A room labeled study is in the center.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Let's! Grand Hall.
Whoa, it's dark all of a sudden.
It's spooky.
How long were we down there?
Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's go look here.
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Swim.
Hang on, it's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
Oh. Oh.
Let's look.
The room was marked on the building plans we found.
Oh, but that's not what I wanted to click.
A ladder.
A ladder.
Want to go up?
Climb the ladder. Well, that's much better than actually going through the tube. Tangle Tower, the Hidden Heart. Ooh.
Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Pinboard. A large central sheet of paper has been pinned to it. 4 lines have been drawn from a gap in the center. A smaller sheet underneath features a drawing resembling the silhouette of a cloaked figure that looks like Hawkshaw. And this is where her drawing goes, her nightmare thing.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3.
There's a lot of weird stuff in here.
Is that a crab?
All of the mystids.
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3? Ugh. You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
The limbs of the creature can be rotated, and the claws can be opened or closed. What am I doing?
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file.
Yeah, I wanna take
This
a look
crab
at the
really-
crab.
That little wooden...
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
I know what you mean. Right here! It's swaying! Okay. So that one's straight. Oh god, the visualization. Okay, up. And snappy, snappy. Okay, I can do this. I can do this.
It's got
As
a...
long as
Also-
it's quick enough. Straight. Open. Up. That. Oh no, what's this one?
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to
God.
guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case.
No, that one's closed. Is it up too?
Perfect.
Okay.
What's this?
Crossbow.
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
We can screw the reel up here.
What is it?
Was someone trying to hide it?
The
From
murder
us?
weapon.
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
We found them already.
Reel thingy.
I think that might attach the crossbow, but not this part of the crossbow.
Oh, does it not? Wait. What part did I click? How do I go back? Something that attaches to the top of the crossbow. Lens? Hawkshaw? Hawkshaw's a hunter of hunters.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
Hawkshaw and Pointer, maybe?
Some kind of fish and a bird skull,
Just Hawkshaw.
I guess?
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it? Some kind of fish and...
That-
Well, how about we stop talking about it?
Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? Centipede? Millipede? How many legs has it got?
Too many. Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the glass?
Yeah. They're on the inside.
It's not
Nice
to
chair.
think About.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe. Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Notebook. Several pages have been ripped out, but a few remain. 5th Ambassador located, finally. Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still, somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works. Perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort and for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom. Nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in. She was careful. Nothing was moved, but I know. It's time. It was all Hawkshaw!
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle, mounted on the wall.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
Well, that's where the crossbow is sitting. Anything else up
They
here?
call this room a
What would you call it?
the secret death chamber of doom.
Those aren't.
Some
at
of them
least
are
they're
sure
okay.
that's a good
Just this
thing.
door left.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes, but yeah, there's something.
The bird! And a coat or something? Burnt items. Not much more than a pile of dust and ash. Among the ashes are several black buttons. Red-colored scraps of fabric are still visible.
Someone's been using this room.
Red-colored... like a red cape?
I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion. But nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be
can.
impossible, you know.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm
Did
not
she
sure.
kill the real
We
Hawkshaw?
still don't know what's really going on.
Okay. Let's skedaddle then. Is she still outside? Where would she be? Nobody's on the map anymore.
Let's not wander off right now. Let's not wander off right now. Let's not wander off right now.
The room was marked on the building plans we found.
Where is she? There's one more clue? There's one more? Oh.
Who
Oh, the
are all the
portrait.
people in this photo?
Right, I was looking at that, but I guess
Not
I
sure,
never clicked it.
but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Is it the Remingtons? The Remingtons and Pointers. The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion. Group photo. A photograph in a sturdy wooden frame. It's dusty and looks several years old. Hey, Juju. It's dusty and looks several years old. A brass plaque at the base of the frame reads, "The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion." The photo shows 2 women and 3 men, wearing a variety of different styles of clothing. All 5 people have their faces crudely covered with black ink. So we've got Sir Remington here. We've got the guy from the last case, the other Remington. Wait, these are just all the Remington siblings, are they not? No, it can't be, because this looks like Felix. This looks like Penelope, but that could just be the hair. And this looks like Poppy, but again, it could be just... That can't be right.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
Okay, let's talk.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Yeah, he's missing all his scars. Tangle Tower, the murder.
Time to solve this.
Machinations of murder.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with
Okay.
this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
From above. It was fired from above.
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram
found the
doesn't
real.
show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
She
Unless...
was knocked over. Freya was already lying on her back.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
She'd fallen unconscious? Well, that makes the most sense. She'd already been killed. She was relaxing. She could have been relaxing, actually. I mean, it was a tedious task to have done all this work. But she was still posing. Let's say she was relaxing, because we don't have any proof that she was hit by anything.
She was relaxing.
You think so?
Maybe not.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
Well,
I think so too.
fine. Then she'd fallen unconscious.
She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused
Bumped
Freya to
in
fall
the head.
unconscious.
Flora, the paint fumes, the gramophone. She'd fallen unconscious. She'd fallen unconscious. Paint fumes? I mean, we know she was really close to it, but there's windows all over. Maybe gramophone? Maybe the music?
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
The gramophone emits poison gas. There was something in the gramophone. It was the music being played. Music.
It was the music being played.
What?
Let's try that again.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
What? There was something in the gramophone then. I mean, we did get the clue about, in one of the statues there was like glass inside of it, right? In the music room? So I guess there was something in the gramophone.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
Something small in the gramophone. What was hiding in the gramophone? Well, I don't know. I was gonna bring up the horn statue because we know there was glass. Odd burnt items. I wonder if we can bring up the horn statue. Well, but that doesn't make sense because the question is, what was hiding in the gramophone? What was hiding in it? What was hiding in it? A fruit?
That's not it.
Break the statue.
That's not it.
Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Let's think. What was in the gramophone? I mean, we know all of her paints are cracked too. Which means it has to do with... What was hiding in the gramophone? I mean, we know this was in the gramophone for sure. But...
That's
I don't
not
know. What was hiding in it? His paints? The gramophone amplified its vibrations. Amplified its vibrations? Amplified its vibrations? That doesn't help at all! A bird? Because what would... A bird?
That's not it.
What? What? You don't actually have it on you, but you have its notes. Its notes? The beetle? Wait, but why wasn't Freya
Pointer's
knocked
research
out?
says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened.
Wait,
Poppy
Freya
and
was
Fitz
knocked
both
out.
said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. And I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The horn it's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think
No,
he was
that
telling the
makes
truth
sense.
about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
All the cracks. What was affected by the powerful frequency? Well, can I choose multiple here?
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained
everything.
similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get.
Probably made their
If the
ears
frequency
bleed.
was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't
the
they have been in
headphones.
range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
They protected themselves.
How?
With the headphones! Where are the headphones?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something.
Check what?
Let's go back to the crime scene.
Okay. What are we looking for here?
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
Brush and palette updated. Poppy says that Freya would mix all the colors she would need before starting her painting. The red substance on the palette and brush was discovered to be blood, not paint. Well, that doesn't really... We've seen these clues before, though. They've updated before, so... Freya's paint's updated. Fifi says that the red substance is blood, not paint. The red paint pot originally belonged to Felix. He swapped it with Freya's paint pot.
The plant. It's in the book.
What?
Look.
For the bird. Bird book updated. Fifi says the book belongs to Flora, who hasn't been in the library for a long time. Penny says the book is outdated, as this bird has been extinct for a number of years. I know that. And there's supposed to be 2 pots.
I can see the stars. I can see the stars.
Is it in her painting?
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
Painted portrait updated. Freya added the blood to the painting herself. Her red paint was swapped out with blood, which we still don't know where all that blood came from. Flora is not holding a knife. She's holding a red and white ink dip bird feather. Okay. Okay. The missing clue.
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it in Flora's tower. We found it somewhere else. We never found it. I don't think we ever found it.
We never found it.
You sure about that?
Not entirely.
Not
Flora's
entirely.
ink dip
No,
feather?
for sure.
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
Well, then it must have been found somewhere else. Wait. Here in Flora's tower? No, we found it somewhere else because I'm pretty sure they're trying to lead us to murder suspect now.
We found it somewhere else.
Okay, we found it somewhere else. Oh yeah! We found it in the incinerator!
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene. And ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
Final clue? I mean, if Freya left it for us, then it's in the unfinished painting.
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
How did Freya show us her intentions for the painting? With this?
That's not it.
Oh, I thought for sure. Okay, how did Freya show us her intentions for the painting? With her paint palette then?
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
Yeah. Okay, now what? The ink tip feather? The sketch, the his head. Okay. Let's see. Blank dripped onto the canvas from, or something was added by the murderer. No, can't be. Isn't actually paint. Oh, right. Blood on the brush isn't actually paint because the ink dip feather is a murder weapon. No. Something sitting in the window. Dropped by the ink dip bird. Part of Flora's dress, which Freya had lost. Blood on the brush was gonna be used to paint the ink dip feather. Maybe that makes more sense. It was a mistake by Freya. Dipped onto canvas. Blood on the brush was gonna be used to paint the ink dip feather. Freya had lost. Dropped by ink dip bird seems a little too obvious, so. Sorry, my dog is my dog is just jumping up and down right next to me, so you might be hearing his landing, his jumping on me, touching the table, so apologies for that. Let's try this.
Blood on the brush was going to be used to paint the ink dip feather, which Freya had lost. Nope.
Not that? I mean, the blood is obviously something we still haven't addressed. But I feel like the unfinished parts too have meaning. Blood on the brush is going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window. Oh my god, there's a spider in the room! There's a spider! Hold on, I'll be right back. Juju, don't play with that, please! Okay, sorry for that. Choo-choo. Okay, so it wasn't a spider, it was a cricket. And it was touching me, and I was like, what is that thing jumping around? And it was, it scared me, it freaked me out. I don't like bugs. Anyway, where were we? Okay. Blood on the brush. I killed it dead though, I killed it dead. I was not about to have it jumping around in the room, you guys. I was not about to have that. Okay. I'm so out of breath now. I'm so scared. Let's see. Was added by the murderer? It's gonna be used as a mistake by Freya? Because... No, I don't want that. Is the murder weapon of something sitting in the window. Dropped by the ink-dipped bird, which is Flora's dress, which Freya had lost. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little confused.
Blood on the brush was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Okay, we're really close. Blood on the brush. This is a mistake. Dripped onto the canvas. Dipped onto the canvas from... Maybe it doesn't have to do with the blood, actually. Gray. Black. But again, we haven't addressed the blood yet. That's the thing. Was something sitting in the window. It's going to be used to paint. You know what? I'm using a hint. Oh. It's going to be used. So the back to the blood. The black. It's either the blood itself or the black. Which was part of Flora's dress, which Freya had lost. Is the murder weapon?
The black paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe
Wait.
just...
Isn't the plant this color though? Brown and gray paint?
Brown and gray paint was going to be used to paint
But
this
what would that
sketch
have any
of something
significance?
sitting in the window. Almost.
What
Maybe
significance does that have? Yellow paint. Brown and gray. Wait. That's brown and gray. That's brown and gray. Blood. I mean, it's either black or blood. This sketch.
The blood was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
What the heck? We were so close and yet so far. Well, the only colors we don't have is... Oh! Oh, we're so dumb. The yellow hasn't been touched yet. Oh, we're so dumb. Why are we not perceptive?
The yellow paint
Why is
was
this
going to
not
be
us?
used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
Something at the window? Was it possibly the golden beetle she was gonna draw? Or paint? How would she have known though?
That's not it.
Oh. Something yellow? Something yellow? Something yellow? What is yellow? Well, the crossbow's yellow. Notebook's yellow. It's not the golden beetle. There's the golden reel. And that. The egg?
That's not it.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Something yellow in the window. Would it have been a bird? Because Penelope has a yellow bird. Wait, it was the bird and not a plant?
There she is. Our little thief.
Oh my god!
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
It's just peeking at us.
She did,
Hawkshaw.
but she's a very good listener.
What are you doing here?
Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
I knew it! She's not the real
Why
Hawkshaw.
did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
Penelope looks so different, though. Well, I was not expecting this twist here, even though it was alluded to at the beginning of the game. Tie her hands! Tie her hands with... Oh, we don't have anything to tie her hands with, so I guess we don't. I guess we don't tie her hands, but we can't get out of this menu now, so... the real thingy!
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Justice for Freya. I wanted to help Freya's friends. I just need to know the truth. I mean, honestly, we're always here for the truth.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a
I don't
great
think she wanted
energy.
to have to kill
The
her.
volition to create something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, 3 times now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like
Us?
you've got everyone sussed.
Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
Also, what does Fitz have to say about this? And she said us. Is she saying more people are involved in this? Penelope Pointer is lonely.
I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after.
Right. Poppy's the inheritor.
Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult
Beefy's
to attain the
also
levels
in
of
taking the house.
self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not
She's
a you
affianced
thing?
to Fitz,
Perhaps
who
you
nobody
didn't
really
notice.
cares for.
Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got.
Penny, they were
Then
all met with misfortune.
I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually,
Not gonna lie,
I couldn't
that's
take
creepy.
it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside.
Oh, what is this? Also, where are her wings? Was that just a shawl she was wearing? I was so impressed with her being half human, half bird. But where are they? The era of misted mention.
Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Misted? Sure, yeah.
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it?
saying.
I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know
Foggy.
all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Something Penny found in the study that answered her questions. Something she found in the study. The building plans? Well, no, she wouldn't need the building plans anymore, would she? Well, I guess it would show her, like, the lake and this more down underneath place.
That's not it.
Oh wait, the group photo of the collective.
The 5 missing family members standing together
Of course,
as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly
Of
so.
course.
The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened?
Oh my.
Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Penelope was the misfortune.
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision.
Lowly entomologist.
There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
The golden beetle.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorized that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Ah, well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
Why
I
did
would
she
have done
leave the envelope for
if
us
I'd
to
found
find
anything
then?
worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
Ha! It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
What was the 10%? Tangle Tower, the will of Freya Fellow.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What
does
are
that
you
mean?
talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
This? Her nightmare?
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered
Good energy.
it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened. Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors.
It was all
Specifically,
accidental.
what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially.
Wait, so
Worked on you, too.
Added it?
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
No! Cover your ears! Oh my god, and the bird is agitating it. No! Stupid bird. Stupid beetle. Oh. Lake's Edge.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine.
How do they
No
know
injuries.
14 minutes?
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
Wait,
The
you
exact
knew?
same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess
Fifi!
it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fit saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows?
No.
She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did
And
not want to
nobody
believe us
decided to
because we
let
liked
me
Penny
in on this?
a lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize.
bird.
Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So,
Oh, let her,
Penny
Fifi.
got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in
Well,
the gramophone.
You
I
guys
guess
did
I
pretty
scared
good,
her
I
off
guess.
before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not.
She's
It
gonna
doesn't
set it
belong
free.
to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
And that's that. It's moving so slow. Come on, Beetle. Get a move on. Watch it touch the water and it gets mutated right before our eyes. I mean, surely the effects aren't that quick. But imagine if it was. Man, Flora, so much tragedy for Flora. So Penelope left all the clues for us then? She wanted to be caught? Why? We did it! We finished Tangle Tower! Art gallery. Art gallery. Well, it's quite a lot of stuff. Did we manage to get all the achievements? We did! We're so impressive. Okay. Now, we are at the 2-hour mark. That did take us quite a bit of time. Though, we did have CharAndTell today as well. So I'm gonna go on a quick break. I need to process the story that happened because Juju was bothering me the whole time at the end there. So I don't even think I know entirely what happened. Okay, we're gonna go on I want to say 15-minute break so that I can also set up the next game, which is gonna be Detective Grimoire game number 3. Well, demo number 3 rather, The Mermaid's Tongue. So we'll be back in a little bit. Quit game? Yeah, I think we're quitting. We'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, I'm back. Hello, welcome back everyone who went on break with me. Welcome in everyone who's just tuning in. You've tuned in at the right time since I've just come back. So, oh, I didn't mean to do that. We have our next game open up, which is the next entry in the Detective Grimoire series, though it is just a demo. The Mermaid's Tongue. I had to remember to change the category because we didn't actually change category for Tangle Tower, but well, that's just unfortunate, isn't it? Anyway, let me go ahead and pull up the Steam page actually because I would like to get some facts down for this game, like when it's releasing, what it says on the actual Steam page, store page. And also, I wonder if we're gonna run into Penelope again. All right. So the Steam page says, Magnus Mortuga has been killed, the captain of the world's strangest submarine. He was found in a locked room with an ancient stone cauldron, unsealed and opened for the first time. How did he die? Was it a curse? Perhaps one of his eccentric crew? Or does the bizarre truth run even deeper? Now, this game does not appear to have a release date, but I could have sworn I saw that they were coming out this year, but no. I'm not gonna put that out into the universe. If it's not ready, it's not ready. So no release date on this game yet. But yeah, it doesn't sound like we're gonna have much interaction with the Remingtons or any of the Mistids, but if this game is anything like the first 2 entries, then they're sure to show up. Maybe this one deals with the serpent. For sure we're gonna run into Penny, I think. For sure. She's alive. She's thriving, that girl. So, let's see. Before we actually get into game, I do like to feel a little immersed, so I'm gonna dress my PNG tour up with some filters. Now this does have a sickly shade of green, and I think I have one from before when we played the first game, so there we go. I think that's about all we need. The art direction seems to be the same, so we'll just keep her stylized like this. So let's begin. Actually, let's not begin. Let's fix the game audio because you guys can't hear anything. Okay, hopefully you can now. I do see the game on screen on OBS, so hopefully y'all do too. And let's go ahead and start. Again, because we're starting a new game, please let me know if I have to adjust audio levels. The Stone Top Inn.
It's Sally. She's fast asleep. To be fair, it is 4 in the morning. I agreed to stay awake and see if anyone shows up. So far, nothing.
They're just camping out here?
It's some book Sally's been reading. She insisted that we bring it with us, although I'm not sure why.
Oh. Hex of the Helmsman. A paperback novel belonging to Sally. It looks to be a nautical fantasy adventure. We can open it? There's a photograph of a well-dressed man on the inside cover. Is that perhaps J.D. Weirman? There's 6 pages worth of reading material? Well, for sure we're reading this. Hold on. There's no music. Let me bring my BRB music back up because it seems like it could be pretty appropriate here. All right, sit tight, laddies. Kristen Kale Publishing. J.D. Weirman. Hex of the Helmsman. Something terrible awaits you in the depths. Will you face it? He sees it in his dreams. He sees it when he closes his eyes. He cannot escape it, but what is it? Renowned helmsman Marcus Mordoom is a man with a singular purpose. He will not rest until he uncovers the truth of what's really hiding beneath the waves. With his debut novel, author J.D. Weirman is already carving out a place for himself in the annals of history. His mastery over the typewriter shines through in every beautifully crafted sentence. The only question I have is this: how can he possibly follow this up? Said by Kristen Kale, the publisher. Hex of the Helmsman, J.D. Weirman. For T.W. Ibis, for imparting upon me what it is to love the art of writing. Chapter 1. Lost at Sea. Marcus Mordoom tightened his grip on the wheel and stared out across the bleak horizon. On this morning, the familiar frigid air of the South Sea carried something more than salt spray as it whipped around his weathered face. On this morning, the familiar howling voice of the wind seemed to be in duet with a much grander voice. A voice that spoke in language that Mordoom could not understand. Not yet. We can move the book, it's 3D? What? That's so cool! Oh my god, they keep upping their game, man. That's really cool. Oh, we could do it with this too, we could reset. Awesome.
Hex of the Helmsman by J.D. Weirman. Looks like Sally's read through it a couple of times already.
Okay. Looks like Sally's read through it a couple times already. Okay,
I wonder what's so interesting about it. There's nothing written on the barrels. I'm sure they were once filled with some kind of wonderful, unsanctioned local ale.
We've got a
It's the
file
case
here.
file. The reason we're here. It was left for us right here on the bar.
Again, called in by Mr. Anonymous? Or Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous? By Anonymous? Case file. A rugged leather-bound folder. It was left on the bar of the Stonetop Inn. For Detective Grimoire. Looks quite wet. Looks quite dirty. A single handwritten leather. A single handwritten letter and 2 photographs. Captain Magnus Mortuga and something. Huh. For Detective Grimoire. Murder victim, Captain Magnus Mortuga, 39. Location, Illusion Theater, Mortuga Submarine. Mortuga had locked himself in the room. It was later forced open, and the body was discovered. Mortuga was found alone, laying on his back with a single cut across his throat. No bladed weapon of any kind was found in the room. The Illusion Theater is mostly empty, save for an ancient stone cauldron with a thick metal lid. The purpose of this cauldron is unknown. However, I am informed that it has never been unlocked before. It is now unlocked. It is now open. Signed, Captain Seafoam, Captain of the Mortuga Submarine. Well, thanks, Captain.
Captain Seafoam.
I mean, that sounds like a nickname for Sally, not gonna lie.
As far as I know, that's who hired us. And who left the case file here in the inn. But where are they now? Where's anyone? Sally, what do you think?
She's sleeping!
Great contribution. I thought I heard something outside. Hello?
Hello!
Fishing trips.
Oh, it's getting
On
bright.
board the Dearest Selena. I'm guessing that's the name of the ship. Enquire with Felicia Stonetop at the bar, or with Sylvia Seafoam at the harbor.
Okay, you're talking a little too much here.
Sally, wake up. We have to go.
Why?
Because there's an eerie green light trying to lure us outside.
Aliens!
Oh, that's a pretty good reason. I'll get up.
Also, it's the serpent.
It's a painting of a sea serpent. Wait, is it a serpent if it has legs?
Okay, let's go. Town Square.
There's something in the water.
What is it?
I don't know, but whatever it is the source of the green light.
We're just gonna zip on through. Foredeck.
An old wooden boy with a face.
That's not creepy at all. A wooden... Wait, did he pronounce it boy? I always thought it was buoy. Wooden buoy. It's chained to the deck of the Mortuga submarine. There's a faint green glow in its eyes. If you can call it eyes. Looks like a piece of squash.
This is where the green light was coming from. I noticed it started to fade as soon as we stepped onto the deck.
Ghosts.
So it's a boy that doubles as a lighthouse?
The opposite, really. A lighthouse warns you to stay away. But this thing lured us in.
Well, in we shall go. Parlor.
What's at the bottom of the ladder?
I can't see. It's pitch black.
Should we go back up?
Wait, I think there's a lever.
We should have brought the buoy. Another incinerator.
I guess this is what lights up the room when you pull the switch.
I wonder what they burned to make it pink.
Hey, look, it's her.
Whoa.
What is that?
Her painting. A large painting of some unknown being. It's set in an ornate wooden frame. The brass plaque displays a single word, her. Unusually, it's been set directly onto the painting. Oh my god, wait! It actually is a her. There's a face and it's just hair. What's this? That's the stuff of nightmares, I'm not gonna lie.
There's something weird about this painting.
What?
The smell. It smells weird.
Yeah, you're right. It smells like...
It's kind of earthy, damp.
Well,
How are you
it's an
guys
old
smelling it
painting.
from way down there?
Old things smell.
It's just weird because we're in a submarine, but it smells like soil.
There's a note.
I think this door leads into the control room.
I want to go into the control room.
Well... yeah, it's locked.
Look through the window.
It's taped up on the other side of the door.
You don't need to come in here. The crime scene is 1 floor down at the very back of the submarine. Captain Seafoam.
Thanks for the directions, I guess.
Suspicious.
You get the sense that the captain is hiding from us.
Why would they do that?
Okay, crime scene. Mess hall. Why do nautical areas always have a pufferfish?
Pufferfish lamp.
A timeless classic. It's a big metal statue of a serpent.
Oh. I didn't even notice the serpent. I just saw the thing jiggling.
There is a cabinet built into it, but I think it's locked.
Puzzles! Rotate the 4 dials onto the correct arrangement. Oh, this is simple enough, I think. Wait. Oh, okay. Wait, but this is... How do I change this? This isn't 3! Oh. I knew that. 3. Okay. 3. Nine. What could be 4? Oh. Oh, this the square, clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not 9. But I don't think it changes. Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I know how to count. Triangle. And this one doesn't reach over there. So.
Nope.
4 dials, with a window turning each dial rotates the shapes that appear in the surround.
What do those numbers mean?
I knew that already. Oh, wait, I just need to put a square in here. Duh.
That's the one.
Good job.
I know how to count.
The little cabinet opened.
Anything in there?
Sun tablets. A brown glass bottle containing 3 varieties of tablets. 3. Sun, onion. Sunyon. There is nothing printed on the label, but someone has drawn a simple picture of a sun. And an onion. They're mixed. Mixed tablets. Wonder if that's significant. Okay, well.
Playing cards.
Looks like someone got dealt a bad hand.
Oh, really?
I have no idea, I just thought that would sound cool.
It does, Sally, it does. Illusion Theater. Well, here we are. Crime scene.
So, this is where Magnus Mortuga died. It's just like the case file said. He landed on his back with a cauldron at his feet.
He was killed by getting cut across the neck, right?
Yeah, you can see that's where the blood came from.
And there's scratch marks in that hatch.
But there's no weapon, no knife or anything.
Nothing. This is the cauldron?
Oh, it's the cauldron.
Not quite what I was expecting.
Stone cauldron. An ancient-looking stone cauldron found in the Illusion Theater, in front of Mortuga's body. The glittering interior of the cauldron is marked with several deep scratches. The exterior is spotted with algae and barnacles. However, these are absent on the inside of the cauldron and on the metal lid. Okay.
The case file said it had never been unlocked before.
Mayhaps it has to do with that ship's wheel lock?
This place gives me the creeps. That cauldron especially. I keep staring into it like I'm going to see something, but it really does seem to be empty.
To quote from the case file, Mortuga had locked himself in the room. It was later forced open, and the body was discovered.
So Mortuga was alone in a locked room. A very small, locked room. There really isn't anywhere for a murderer to hide.
I'm not so sure.
Except
I
the
think
cauldron.
There is a hiding place.
In the cauldron. Removed, unlocked, replaced, locked, killed. Let's say unlocked. Magnus Mortuga unlocked the cauldron and killed the person inside. No, and hid something in order to frame somebody else. Well, killed by what was inside. Magnus Mortuga unlocked the cauldron and was killed by what was inside. That makes sense.
Magnus Mortuga unlocked the cauldron and was killed by what was inside.
I really don't think a person would fit in that cauldron. And didn't they say it had never been unlocked before? If that's true, there couldn't have been anyone in there.
Right, I agree. I don't think it was a person.
Then what?
I don't know. But you have to wonder why it was kept locked in the first place. I'm guessing there was something pretty bad in there.
Something dangerous.
Look, Mortuga died from a cut across his neck, not from some vague paranormal entity. Unless you're suggesting it was a vague paranormal entity with a knife?
Did you get a good look at the inside of the cauldron? There was something I noticed.
Oh, this is gonna give me trouble in the actual game. All the moving around. Okay, but it will be a new challenge. Will be a pretty good challenge.
The scratch marks.
Chapter 1, The Curse in the Cauldron. Oh, there's a mighty big statue up front. I mean, in the back.
There's a little broken bottle on the floor.
I'm guessing Mortuga dropped this when he died.
Moon Vial. A small glass bottle found smashed on the floor in the Illusion Theater. Some unknown purple liquid has spilled out. The bottle has a small paper label on which someone has drawn a simple picture of a moon.
A trail of blood. Looks like it came from the wound in Mortuga's neck. It runs straight down the room towards the back of the submarine.
Yikes.
No, it doesn't. Not immediately.
Yeah, it did trickle down, and it's in the cracks.
It pulls out first, then changes its mind.
As if the submarine changed course.
Someone's taped a drawing to the wall.
I think it's supposed to be a poster.
Illusion poster. A hand-drawn poster taped to a pipe on the wall in the Illusion Theater. Well, this looks cute as hell. Oh! Title here, Illusion Theater. Baroness Fortuna presents Lady of the Looking Glass. Unfathomable, beyond anything I can imagine. Inconceivable! I don't know what to believe anymore. Book tickets! Fortuna Hall, Silkworm on Sea. Monday through Saturday, starts 8 p.m.
The stool's been knocked over.
Doesn't it look familiar to you?
Sally,
A
it's
stool.
a standard wooden stool. I don't...
It looks exactly like the bar stools in the Stone Top Inn.
If you say so.
There's a cloth hanging up on the wall.
Are those footprints?
Sailcloth. A square of thick sailcloth found hanging up on the wall in the Illusion Theater. Footprints have been marked in the center of the circular imprint. Someone has painted the words, "The Stargazing Girl." Seems to bleed through the fabric. What? That's it? Maybe we should have taken our time looking at more stuff. Honestly, I thought it was gonna go a little longer. I thought it was gonna be 15 minutes. But like speed running through the story. Okay, alright. Well, that's the mermaid's tongue, I guess. Let's go back to the title screen, since I already have it wishlisted. I mean, I can't really advocate for the game, but I can advocate for the series. So if you guys liked what you saw, not just of this game, of Tangle Tower too, then go on and support the devs and wishlist the game. I can't believe that. Told you it was short. You did. You did. But I was not expecting that short. Okay, well... I was gonna go on a break in between all the games, but because of how short that was, I might just continue on to the next one, which is another demo by SFB Games. Crow's Count... I keep wanting to say country. No, I keep wanting to say county. Crow's Country! Okay. Well, this filter didn't see much use. Okay, let me go ahead and start up that game. I'll need to switch the category again. Crow's Country. Now, I might have been thinking of this game when I thought there was a release date on something, on this game. On Mermaid's Tongue. I think Crow's Country is the game that's coming out this year. Let's go ahead and start it up. What's really nice too is I think all of these games are compatible with controllers, so we could play it with controller. That might be the best bet because it is based on those old school RPGs. Alright, while game is booting up, let me pull up the Steam page for this. The year is 1990. It's been 2 years since the mysterious disappearance of Edward Crow and the abrupt closure of his theme park. God dang it! Again! Crow Country. But your arrival has broken the silence. Mara Forest. Mara Forest? Is that who we are? But your arrival has broken the silence, Mara Forest. Oh, that makes more sense, saying it like that. If you want answers, you'll have to venture deep into the darkness of Crow Country to find them. Okay, now this game releases this year for sure, on May 9th. So that's just next month. Now this is a survival horror game. But the devs have implemented an exploration mode, which is the only reason why I'm playing this. Because I would not be playing a scary, scary game otherwise. Let's get game capture on. Let's get audio on. Okay, okay. I think you guys can see it now. Oh, game audio only stays on when I'm on the screen. Oh, that might be a problem. Okay, let me switch filters first for my PNG tuber because we like to be immersed around here. So let's take everything off. I think I did prepare something for the what did I prepare for this? Maybe that. Maybe that. Actually, I don't know. We could do this. We could do this. Let's brighten me up a little bit. There we go. That works, maybe. I mean, it's all low poly in this game, but I don't have the capability to make myself low poly, so we'll work with what we got. I look spooky, don't I? Okay. Now, I don't know if my emotes are gonna work on this game because I have them hotkeyed on my keyboard and I don't know the keybinds on this game. But we'll once again work with what we got. I think I have changed the category correctly. Let's see, cross country. Oh wait, no S. Crow country. There we go. This demo, I think, was set to be 30 minutes, I think, at least. So a little bit longer than Mermaid's Tongue, but we'll see. Maybe we won't go so far this time. How do I change it to, maybe I just gotta start a new game. Okay. I already feel scared. I'm not gonna lie, horror is not my genre, but exploration mode. Let's see. Oh god, I keep forgetting about turning this thing off. Okay. Let's try this out. Exploration mode, Crow's Country. You will not be attacked. Experience the game freely. I may not be attacked, but I'm still gonna be scared. Okay. Let's do our best here. I hear my dogs. They're freaking out with me. The year is 1990. If anyone asks, my name is Mara. It's not her real name, guys. It's not her real name. Mara Forrest. Special Agent Forrest. That's me. Don't forget. Don't mess it up. Okay, no promises. We're in Silent Hill, baby! No, we're not. No, we're not. RB for gun? Do we actually aim? We actually aim! No, not liking that. It's locked. There's a silver keyhole. EL Crow? I don't have anything yet. Can I run? Yes. It's my police file. Oh, she actually isn't a special agent. I wasn't believing her. Not one bit. Missing persons report. Atlanta Police Department. 215 Lakewood Way, Southwest. Atlanta, Georgia. 30315. Name Edward Crow, 57 male. Occupation, company owner, landowner. Health condition unknown. Last seen by Mr. Tolman, 42 male. Last known whereabouts, Crow Country Estate. Looking quite dashing there, our victim. Reported by Natalie Crow, 27 female. Relation to missing, daughter. Reported to Officer Detective Harris James, 05061. Well, there's no tools there. Anything in your trunk? There's something important stored in here. It's my box of handgun ammo. Should I stock up? Absolutely! I mean, we may not be attacked, but we could still kill things. I have enough, okay. Can we shoot this open? Use ID card? That doesn't work. Can we shoot it open? Oh. No. No, we cannot. What happened here? There's blood on the ground. There's a camera watching me. It's chained up. That padlock looks a little rusty. It would probably break with enough force. Okay. Okay, I see what you're telling me. Any monsters in here? Ticket booth? I have no intention of buying a ticket. Ticket prices. One thing I will say about this place, the tickets have always been pretty cheap. Oh, I'm used to inverted controls, and so I keep turning the wrong way. Megabyte Magazine's tips and tricks. You can rotate the camera with the R stick. Also, the camera will quickly face forward when you press RB to use your weapon. Bam. Like so. Megabyte Magazine's tips and tricks. You can hold down B or R trigger to run. The advantage of using R trigger is that it frees you up to use the R stick to rotate the camera. Nobody's in here. Trash can. It's full of trash. Reach in. A med kit. More things? Med kits. I don't like that. Ammo? Take it. Oh. Oh. Some kind of dead animal? Can't make out any features. Giant crow? Is this an enemy? Please don't be an enemy. Hello, Mr. Crow. I'm looking for your boss. Do you know where he is? Fortune teller. You have 10 credits remaining. Would you like to hear your fortune? Yes. Death. Talk to the tree fairy to enter the fairy pond. That wasn't a fortune! There's a hole for something to be inserted. I don't think we have any items. Can we shoot this? Oh, more ammo. Can we shoot this flammable... Oh, that's nice to know for enemies. I wasted it, but we don't have any enemies. Humanoid enemies will take more damage if you get a headshot. A headshot also has a chance of decapitating some enemies. More medkits. More trash. Antidote. Well, so far, it's very generous. Wonder if it's gonna be that way in the actual game. You can quickly defeat enemies by exploding the red barrels. Similarly useful are the blue electric generators found on some walls. Have we seen electric generators? Fine, I admit it. I dropped the bronze key into the fairy pond. It was an accident. It wouldn't be such a problem if we'd made a spare. Well, we were instructed to go to the fairy pond. There's something wrong with the ventilator in the fairy pond area. We think something might have crawled into the pipe and died. Ugh, no! Don't run the ventilator. And if you do, hold your breath. Seriously. No entry. It's locked. There's a silver keyhole. Okay. What was that? Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Locked from the other side. Bronze keyhole. Backpack. UFO tour in 1988. It's empty. Wait. Oh, here. Please. Oh, okay, that's what it does. Probably paralyzes enemies. Bathroom. No, why is it dark in here? I don't like that. Vending machines and trash cans may provide you with supplies if you're running low. You can also get handgun ammo from the trunk of your car. Oh, we did that! Okay. It's a urinal. Examine. Doesn't look like anyone's cleaned it in a while. I bet there's enemies hidden over here. Is this the men's bathroom? Something's blocking. Can we see what's blocking? There's something red in there, and I don't like it. It's bloody. I'm gonna shoot you now. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Stall door. Dirty magazine. Beyond magazine, August 1984. Strange sighting at abandoned theme park. Aspiring paranormal photographer Arthur Mole sent in a Polaroid he took while exploring the abandoned amusement park, Crow Country. Could this thing possibly be real? Or is it just another hoax? Here at Beyond Magazine, we're not convinced. Try a little harder next time, Arthur. Wow. Amazing quality here. It's a toilet. There's something in there, but I can't get at it. Looks like a rib cage. Don't put your hand in there. It's blocked by a pile of old bones. Use an item? We have nothing, okay? I don't have to go right now. What's that? It's a pocket light. Looks like somebody dropped it. Take it! Press X to use. Use it now! Hopefully there's no battery system. Take this. Turn it off. Agent Mara Forrest saves the day once again. Okay, I feel like we missed something at the beginning. Because I know we have to access that trunk of the other car, but we didn't really have anything. And all we have right now is our ID. So I'm assuming we just show off to whoever we... Ah! Stupid birds being there eating crap. Bronze keyhole. Oh, we saw that. Okay, yeah, I think we have to go back. Or forward. the laser sight? Take it. Okay. Nothing here. There's a bear trap that I almost ran into. Duck game. Everything's broken. We have nothing. Well, I mean, I can shoot from here just fine. I don't need that, surely not. Just wasting ammo. The Atlanta Globe, May 1986. Crow Country Theme Park opening soon. Cancel your weekend plans with the in-laws and grab your sunglasses. A brand new theme park is opening just a few miles southeast of Atlanta. Explore Fairy Tale Town, Haunted Hilltop, and Ocean Kingdom at Crow Country, which promises a day full of fun and adventure for the whole family. The park is owned by one Mr. Edward Crow, a lifelong Atlanta local and landowner. Yes, that's right. It appears he named the park after himself. Not much is known about Mr. Crow other than vague, unsubstantiated reports that he's an exceptionally wealthy man. Nonetheless, we look forward to seeing what Crow Country has to offer when it opens its gate this summer. If a swan breaks down, just take the egg out of its wheel system. Doing so disables the radio signal and locks the wheel until you can get a mechanic out to fix it. Eggs? We need eggs? Can I shoot that barrel? No. Nothing else here? Shotgun shells? We get shotguns? Already? Okay. Don't like this one bit. I need to stop almost running into that. If you get poisoned, use an antidote as soon as you can. Large mech heads also contain antidotes, but you might wish to use them sparingly. I bet there's monsters here. Or they're supposed to be. It's a wooden carving of a woman. She's facing the other way. Nothing there. What's this? It's the alien! The quickest way to Tolman's office is through the fairy pond area, right? Problem is, I forgot how to get to that stupid tree fairy to move out of the way. Oh, that's the lady who's the statue that's facing away from us. I guess I need a code for the keypad, and then what? I'm sure it was written down somewhere, maybe in Crow's Lounge. Person! Sir, what happened here? What? Who? My name is Mara Forrest. I'm here to help. They attacked me. All I wanted was proof. What's your name? Arthur Mole. I just needed a better, a clearer photo. A photo of what? Who attacked you, Arthur? Those things. I don't know. Those people, they saw me and... Alright, stay calm. You're bleeding quite badly. Don't worry! We've got a med kit! I should help him. What did you say your name was? Mara. Come on, I think we should take a look at your leg. Give him a healing item. Thanks. I still feel kind of bad. Come on, let's move you to somewhere safe. You don't look too heavy. Move him. Where is safe around here? Your car? Oh, that answers that. Wait, you're not gonna ask him any other questions? What if he has something? Something of import? He'll be safe there for now. Okay, let's... Oh! What's this? 2106. I think it's written in blood. Is it a code for something? Oh, 2106. Wait, we didn't see that before. Ah! Stupid bear trap being in the way and everything. 21. Hey, there's no 0! 0. Stupid. Oh, wait. 901. No, it can't be that. Oh, Tree Lady 3184. That's not right. 3184. Are you gonna move? Like, out of the way? I mean, she's moving already. I think I remember. You have to talk to her? There was some kind of phrase you had to say. I don't remember what it was, though. Oh, there was. What? Oh, there's absolutely no way we know that. No, I don't like this. No, there's noises. Gotta stay by the wall because the wall is safe until there's a corner and I'm not safe anymore. Okay, well, fragile. Fragile, you say? Well, not fragile enough, I guess. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Nothing! Holman's Records, March 21st, 1988. Monday morning, driving to work. Boss calls in to my car radio. He doesn't normally do that. Something has obviously gone wrong. Intruder alarm going off in the second unit. Boss thinks someone's down there. Get to work, check the security cameras. Someone's down there. He's standing right by the pool. All security doors down to the pool are locked. Check security records. Doors untouched since 6 p.m. on Friday. Alarm has only just been triggered. I turn on the intercom. Try to communicate. No response. But I can hear the sound he's making. Something is wrong. His clothes don't fit him. Something is very wrong. Another keypad. This doesn't have 0 either. Ashtray, ring-bound book, collection of staff memos. Maybe this has the password. There's something wrong with the ventilator in the ferry pond area. We think it might have crawled into the pipe and died. We read that already. Read that. Oh! Oh, that's handy! So this just collects everything that you have seen before. That's pretty cool. Fire is crackling softly, staring into flames. I feel something. It's a curious mixture of hope and dread. Maybe everything will be okay, and maybe it won't. Save menu. State Court, 185 Central Avenue Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. United States Legal Summons. Dear Mr. Crow, I am writing to you in relation to the incident which occurred within your theme park in July of 1988. As you know, a 15-year-old girl by the name of Elaine Marshall was injured. The incident occurred within your premises and within working hours. As such, the Marshall family is holding you personally responsible. Your presence is required in court. We expect to hear from you immediately. Sincerely, G. Williams, State Court. We've got a map. All That Glitters, A History of the 1848 Gold Rush, Stephen E. Cook. I wonder if any of those are Easter eggs. And I'm just not getting it. It's a collection of video game tips. We'll leave that alone. I'm guessing it's the same as before. Remember, to get into the fairy pond area, say this out loud to the fairy. Hear me, O great fairy of fairest forest. It's pretty sensitive. It won't work if you have an accent. Sorry, Diego. Oh no. Okay, so this is what we need though. Hear me, O great fairy of fairest forest. Fairy? The one in the tree in Fairy Tale Town? Couldn't hurt to try. Anything else in here? Minding your own business. Minding your own business. Economics of the mining industry, Joseph J. Cardin. Okay. It's a med kit. Oh, this replenishes what we gave the guy. Okay, well, wait, what was it again? Hear me, fairest forest. Okay. I'm just gonna run. Ah! God damn it! No! No! I knew something was gonna happen. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. Okay, forest. Fairy. Here. Talk. Hear me, oh great fairy of fairest forest. Welcome, child. Will you protect our precious natural world? I will. Follow me. Okay. I could fit through easily. Well. Okay. Be brave. Engraved message. Those who seek the truth stare into the pure reflective water of our fairy pond. It's broken here. I think there's something behind it. Oh, it's a pump mechanism. There's a dial and a lever. Well, lever? What? I have to turn off the ventilation! No! I'm killing myself! Open. Push it. Oh my god. I thought it was for the water in the fairy pond. I could have died there. So, the guy who fixed the water filter did it by running it through the air ventilation system. If you run the filter pump behind the curtain with the incorrect pressure, too high or too low, it'll trigger the ventilator. Be careful. You can tighten the pressure using the valve handle. I can't believe this. It can be tightened. Tighten it? Yes. More. It was moving down too. I heard it counting down. A reflecting pool of water. Hey, there's a target. Take it! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Fairy. No, believe the game made me do that. Okay, there's a couple different ways we could go. There's an open way over here, and I know we have a bunch of doors behind us. No, I don't like this. Why is this area so open? Why am I so freaked out? I have no enemies enabled. Watch out for metal bear traps laying on the ground. You can set them off from a safe distance with a single handgun bullet. You think I'm gonna waste a bullet on bear traps? You're insane! The very last time I went to the theater with Ophelia, we saw an action movie with a cybernetic man from the future. I didn't really get it, but she loved it. She wouldn't stop talking about it. I got to work designing this cyborg crow since I thought she'd like it. I was gonna propose it to Edward as a new themed area of the park. After I lost Ophelia, I shelved the project. Look closer. I think the eye is made from a laser sight. We just take it. Okay. Thanks, Crow. I can hear something behind it. Who took the Ocean Kingdom restaurant trident? That thing's expensive, and without it we can't do the Happy Birthday Sea Monster song. Someone said they saw it in the Witchwood. I'd go check, but that place gives me the creeps, honestly. I thought I got a prompt for something. No? Okay. We're just gonna go. We're leaving. We've got doors to unlock. Back to the front, I think. Also, he doesn't look very happy. Is this a door? Can't see a way to open it. Little house. Is this a real door? I think it's locked, but there's no keyhole. What about that little post box? Oh, this thing? There's a bronze keyhole. We can open everything now! Oh. Antidote. Crawl through! I think you've been triggering the bear traps just fine on accident. What's funny is I pointed out the bear trap and I still ended up almost stepping into it. Something's alive down there. There's a gun, I think. There's a valve on top. Turn it. No, we're just gonna leave it. I think it's low on fuel. Stay down there! If you can't find the crank handle, it's because I borrowed it. I used it to hide that big egg-shaped ruby inside the haunted manor. Afterwards, I locked the crank handle in a safe in the southeast utility corridor. Okay. Okay. I don't want to crank this up, though. And I won't! I won't! Larger enemies have more health than smaller enemies. Consider this when making decisions about which ones to fight and which weapons to use. Well, the big guy can stay down there. I don't care. Stop. It's missing a handle. I don't care. It can stay down there for all I care. What's that? Where's this shotgun to protect me? Is that a bomb? Throw the grenade down the hole! Throw it down the hole! How do I How do I grenade? 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 No, I can't use it! Imagine if it was just a bystander in there. Just an innocent person. Smells like gasoline. It's almost empty. Well, I don't have that. Ooh, soda. I think it wants you to bring it up. No! I refuse! Okay. How do I open the map, by the way? Oh, okay, select. Circles? What do the circles mean? That I have something to do there? Okay, I think that's what it means. That makes sense to me. I have doors down there and doors up here. Doors? Did I go the wrong way for doors? 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 Damn it. Toward it again. Doors! Want to smoke. Medkit. Haven't been back here, have we? Oh, it's a construction site. An apple core. Why do we want that? If you're looking for the machine chain, one of the swan boat people took it to fix a broken swan. I told them not to take it, and they took it anyway. You can't reason with swan boat people. I can reason with this. Here at Crow Country, we can't wait to share our optimistic vision of the future with you. Douglas Pike, Park Operations. I wonder what kind of wondrous things await us in the future. Edward Grow, park owner. He's optimistic. There's a hole! No. No. Hey Ed, want some good news? I finally found a good site for our gold mine. It's in Para, North Brazil. Just like we wanted, there's a disused mine here. The locals gave it up years ago. It's still in decent shape, so it shouldn't be too much work to get it looking the part. Is that where we are now? We're in Brazil? Well, but no, it can't be. Didn't it say we were in Atlanta? Looks like it was done with wire cutters. I think this is how Arthur got in. Seems like he cut himself on the fence. Wait! He lured the monsters to himself. He left a trail of blood. They could smell him from a mile away. Idiots. I would never. I would never. Alright, let's go back to the front. Book it, Mara, book it. Book it like you're in danger. Because frankly, we are. Huh? Huh? Hello? I don't remember noises being in this area. I don't like noises. Is it in the crow house? Are you alive now? Okay, okay. Door? That's not a door we want. Door. 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 Hurry! There are noises out here! Grenade! Tolman the mole. Little train gate. The Duke of Farnham, 1926. A handsome steam engine, stylishly combining the Arabella and Delilah design styles. There's a button on the side. Press it? Sure. Aw, look at it go! The little train that could. Oh. Collection of video game tips. No, we don't need that. Douglas Pike. Natalie Crow. Ammo. Edward Crow. That's our guy. There's no reason you have to defeat enemies, but if you leave them, you may have a harder time traveling around later on. Why does it smell like fire? I mean, sound like... Why does it smell like fire? Sound like fire. Tolman's Records, March 23rd, 1988. The intruder is contained in the lab. Boss is calling him the guest. I told him that was in poor taste, but it stuck. Offered guest food and water. He took no notice of either. I can't begin to describe what's wrong with him. Boss doesn't want to call an ambulance. He doesn't want to call anyone. I suggested we shut down all route evacuation. Route excavation. Just until we work out what's happened. Boss says we can't shut down just yet, so the machines are back on. I have a bad feeling. I think we're about to make things worse. Oh, there's a fire! It's the sun. The fire is crackling softly. Staring into the flames, I feel something. Oh, right, this is the save state. Access denied? The computer systems in both the railway room and the dungeon now need the security disk to access. Yes, I know it's inconvenient, but these are the new regulations. Can we go in? What? There's a grenade? Take it. I didn't even realize that. I thought it was just part of the train. Okay. Got notes over here. Well, this is just a safe room. Stop. The other doors, we went into the bathroom already. Train, toilet. What? Wait, what are those two rooms? Wait, I don't know how to read maps. Where did I come from? Where did I come from? Toilet, train room. Oh. Yeah, no, this is right. And this is just the... This is the gate that needs something. The key. The key that I have! Let me in. Okay. Thank God. Okay, well, that was Crow Country, and you can't get me to play the actual game, okay? I got scared from crows. Thank you for playing Crow Country. Add to Steam wishlist. Okay, that was fun though. I did like the aesthetic of it. Oh. I pressed a thing. Nope, that's the wrong thing. It won't let me leave. Okay, well, yeah, that was Crow Country. That was, again, by SFB Games, who were the creators of the Detective Grimoire series. Quite a left fielder game, huh? Because we've got detective. I mean, this is within the realm of murder mystery, I would say, but survival genre. I would say that took us longer than 30 minutes. Because I'm a coward. They have a lot of different stuff in genres and looks, which is cool. Yeah! I'm interested what the story is because, okay, so we know it has to do with mining. They built a theme park probably to hide their operation. Dad went missing. Daughter's looking for him. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it, right? That's what I understand anyway. There's a big monster in the pit, probably a bad guy. Oh man, you know, they probably included a mini boss fight, and because we were on exploration mode, we were able to bypass it. Which is, again, for the best, because horror is not my genre. I mean, I was screaming at everything. I don't like this. Not that it's a bad game, devs, if you guys are watching. Just, love your other games. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and actually just start up the next game because, honestly, I need it. I need it for my sanity. And it is for sure gonna be about a 30-minute demo, similar to this one. La la la. Let's see. We've got Duck Detective, which is not by SFB Games. This is by Happy Broccoli Games. I don't know if this game has voice acting, but I guess we'll see. Let's see. You guys see it? Do you guys hear it? My filters are so out of place now. Hold on, let's remove this. We don't need these aberrations. We don't need to scare off the crowd. We will turn this on though. Let's see, let's make us a little bigger. There we go. I don't think I'll add any like color filters on this. I think I need some time to look at my beautiful face. Alright, let me also change category because we are a respectable streamer and we know how to change things up when we need to, right? Duck Detective. That's not how you spell it. Okay. Wait, it still says Crow Country for me. Okay. I've had this demo for a while, actually. Is the full game out already? Let me open the store page. No, it's not. It is due to come out. It is due to come out this year, though. It looks like. So, let me read what it's all about. Duck Detective. Solving crime is no walk in the pond. You're a down-on-his-luck detective who also happens to be a duck. Use your powers of deduction to inspect evidence, fill in the blanks, and bust the case wide open in a narrative mystery adventure where nothing is quite as it seems. Again, it looks like the release date is still to be announced, but it's coming out this year for sure. So, let's see. We'll go ahead and start a new game right now. Let me know if audio has to be adjusted at any time so nothing's too loud or too quiet.
Life wasn't easy.
Oh, thank God! There's voice acting!
I was a freshly divorced duck. Not that I had paid for it this month yet. My brain felt foggy, and I was trying to remember. Where did all my money go? I had to retrace last night's steps.
He's got duked! Deduction. They even have it spelled like that here. Deductions are a vital part of a detective's work. Find clue words by questioning persons and inspecting your surroundings. Enter clue words into the blank spaces to solve deductions. Oh, okay. The nest egg. Blank spent his or her last money on blank for blank.
I won't be needing this badge anymore. I guess I can keep it as a souvenir. My new job as the duck detective isn't going any better, though. Well, if things keep going badly, I can always sell it online. This fresh smell. Oh, sweet, spongy loaf. You keep me safe at night.
What the hell? He sleeps on a loaf of bread.
I took that photo of her in a secluded tulip field. We spoke for hours under the stars that night. And now, she doesn't even answer my texts. I can't believe Anna actually filed the divorce papers.
This guy really is down on his luck.
No messages.
Can't check the... There's physics in this game!
Second overdue notice. I wonder at what point they start kicking people out. I have everything I need to solve this now.
If you say so. Oh, cool. Okay. The duck detective spent his or her last money on... bread. Rent. For... Oh, wait, tulips. Tulips on Anna. Oh. Well, it seems we're just having a bad time of it, aren't we? On bread. For the duck detective.
Not my proudest moment.
He really likes his bread, this man.
But the toast helps me to forget. Anna! I'm a different duck now. I haven't had a slice of bread in weeks.
Oh my.
You have to believe me! Oh. Yeah, you're speaking to the duck detective. Let's discuss this in person. Now, be there in an hour.
The bear bus.
I spent more than half of my remaining cash on the bus fare. And here I was, in front of Bear Bus Office. Some sort of rundown call center. I better crack this case, or I won't even have enough money to make it back home. New bus route starting in August. Visit the scenic mountains of South Siccia. I'd always tell Anna we'd go there one day.
Any other clues? There's a koala.
I'm staying here until I get my money back. Bear bus? More like scam bus.
What happened?
You, sound unhappy.
You bet I am.
You bet he is.
Their stupid buses always arrive late. I came back from a work trip to the west and arrived here at 3 in the morning. And they don't even want to give me a refund.
How much did you pay?
Too smart. But that's not the point. It's about the principle.
Okay, doesn't look like there's more to be had here. I can quack! I was trying to run. Oh, we're gonna quack all the time. This is our life now. Best detective.
I could already tell based on her face that the receptionist was a tough one. She wouldn't make life easy for me. But I had to make my way into the office.
We can make our way through here, all right. Quack! I'm here.
I'm the duck detective. I'm here to investigate a case.
Okay. Do you work here? Then I can't let you in.
Well,
I've been hired by someone from their bus.
Who hired
and
you?
we quacked. We announced ourselves.
Didn't catch their name.
Listen, buddy. You better get out of here, or I'll have to call security.
There's always more to people than you might think. I should take a closer look and figure out what she's about.
Inspection. Use the magnifying glass to find clues and press A to uncover them. Oh. Name tag, last name. Win timer. Keychain, boy band, K-pop fan. Snazzy shoes. Something else I'm missing. She's got fingers! She's been crying. Tear, sad.
You're still here?
I'll leave you alone.
Quack! Quack! First name, Laura. Laura from CS is way too loud. I can hear her keyboard all the way to my desk. Suggestions. I swear to God, if someone steals my mug again, I'll end them. Mug stolen. It's... oh, first name, Sophie. It's Sophie's birthday next Thursday. Just saying. Birthday! That's it.
These are quite mundane.
What kind of suggestions are those?
I'm surprised nobody wrote something more scandalous. I should be able to deduce her name now.
It's important to work out a suspect's name to crack the case. Enter their first and last name into the slots below. Their portrait and your journal's suspect page. Oh. How to win timer. Oh, was it Sophie? Smiley, happy. September 7th, today. Is it her birthday today? What am I looking at? Giraffe? Cute.
Tomorrow is Friday. Need to remember to collect my dry cleaning. I should be able to figure out what's going on with her.
You're in debt and you still do dry cleaning?
I need to check my notes in the deduction section.
Reception. Okay. Sophie is feeling sad because well, I don't know. Something has stolen her mug. People? Nobody? Sorry, I thought nobody wouldn't grammatically be correct here. I swear I knew it was her birthday, you guys, I swear.
That's why she's making such a face. I should try and cheer her up.
With what? Toast? By making a mess? We could sing happy birthday.
You're still here?
Happy birthday!
I'm just here to wish you a happy birthday.
How did you know?
Just another one of Duck Detective's great deductions.
Huh? Anyway, that was really nice of you. No one else remembered. Can you believe it? If you know my birthday, you must have a connection to someone here.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Here's the key card to the office.
Security hazard! Office key card, get. Which way do we go? This way? Dog.
The stained carpets and peeling wallpaper exuded a stench of stale coffee and abandoned dreams. I knew I couldn't stay long, or it'd rub off on me.
This is the last straw! The Redderson needs to be fired!
I'll see what I can do. Who are you?
I'm just a duck, man.
Do you have a problem?
No, I'm just a duck.
If you have one, just call our damn hotline.
I'm Eugene McQuacklin, the Duck Detective.
McQuacklin?
A client hired me to investigate a case.
Why didn't you just say so? It's time we put an end to the awful lunch death. All we need to fire him is some evidence for the upper management. I'll be in my office.
Was it your mug they stole?
First, I had to find out who works here and what their jobs are. I needed to find my client as well. Inspecting the crime scene will be important too. But this is a demo. So you'll have to wait for the rest of the game to be made. Thanks for playing.
And that's it. That's all she wrote. Did you know ducks are 70% more likely to solve crimes? I didn't. Okay, well, that was the Duck Detective demo, the Secret Salami. We didn't get to see much in terms of what kind of cases we'd be handling. If it would be one giant case, like would this game be about multiple cases? I mean, we had like little mysteries and clues that we had to solve, of course, but is our giant case that we're cracking about the salami here? Or will there be mysteries tied to it? Other mysteries that we have to solve? Yeah, I guess we'll have to find out whenever it does come out sometime this year. So, yeah, that was New Broccoli. Happy Broccoli? Happy Broccoli's game. And I think that's gonna be just about everything we do today. We played a lot. We played a lot of different games today. I'm surprised that we finished the demo so fast. I mean, we know that they were quick demos, but that seemed a little too quick. I'm just saying. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank y'all for hanging around for CharAndTell as well. Again, I implore you to write down anything that you've accomplished either today, over the course of the week, last month, what have you. Maybe you have something coming up for yourself. Let me know. I would definitely love to know. I would love to celebrate with you because honestly, I can't be the only one. It's not just about me. I mean, it definitely is about me, but no, this whole thing not possible without you guys, and I made that quite clear during my CharAndTell at the beginning of stream. Thank you guys for following along. We are so close to affiliate. We are 10 away from the required 50 followers here on Twitch. We still need consistent viewership. We need at least 3 every stream, I think. But, you know, we're building up to that. I think it's, considering how far we've come, like, it is a slow growth, yes, but it is a nice, consistent growth, I will say. But yeah, that's gonna be everything for today. In terms of content and what we'll be doing next week, we will be getting back to the Ace Attorney series next week, which means Facecam is returning for sure on Monday and Tuesday. Don't know what we're going to be doing on Monday and Wednesday yet, but we'll figure that out. I'll definitely have something written up on Sunday when the new schedule comes out. I don't think I want to do Facecam the entire week next week. I do want to start implementing my PNG tuber, especially considering this was her debut week. We can't just shut her down and like shuffle her into a corner. Not this quickly anyway. I also don't want to like lose my stride in how to use her. Like today I was fumbling a bit because I was distracted with Juju and that freaking cricket that found its way into my room. Speaking of which, it's gone. Okay, hear me out, right? I thought I killed it and I was not about to pick it up though. I was I hate insects. I killed it, I smushed it, but I wasn't gonna pick it up and throw its dead body out somewhere. I was waiting for my partner to come home to do that, and now it's gone. It's gone. It's not where I left it. Horror game moment. Yes, I'm living it. Where could it have gone? I swear it was dead. Do crickets just... Are they like possums now? Is that what's happening? Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to find it. I need to find it. Maybe Choo-Choo can find it for me again. He wanted to play with it. That was his friend. Well, that's a great way to end stream, I guess. Again, SFB Games, really wonderfully made narrative games. I really love the direction they're going. I love the variety they have in their roster. Crow Country coming out this year. Mermaid's Tongue to be announced. Duck Detective by Happy Broccoli Games coming out this year as well. No definitive dates on anything, it seems. But of course, if you guys liked what you saw of the games, make sure to check them out yourselves. Make sure to support the devs, follow them online, wishlist the game. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week on Monday when we come back with Phoenix Wright. I think we're on Trials and Tribulations Case 3? Case 3, trial day number 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we're at. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful weekend. So yeah, I'll see you then. But of course, if I don't, I'll see you whenever. So bye. Thanks, you guys. Thank you again. Ah! Bye, guys.